Air Canada planes still grounded tonight. The airline's flight attendants continuing to strike despite a federal order to return to work that their president ripped up.
Thousands of flight attendants remain on the picket lines as wages and unpaid work remain hot-button issues in their contract talks. The Canada Industrial Relations Board ordered these workers back to work Sunday, but the Canadian Union of Public Employees has defied that directive. The CIRB declared the strike unlawful this morning. The union says it'll press ahead with the job action, arguing it is fighting for the right to collective bargaining.
We understand that some of you may be concerned. Some of you may be a little scared about what's happening right now. But I want to make sure that you know that we have each and every one of your backs through every step of this. VP will be there through the whole way.
Now, in response, the Jobs Minister for Canada, Patty Hajdu, releasing a post on social media stating in this video that she's launched a probe into the allegations of unpaid work for Air Canada flight attendants.
On the weekend, I referred the Air Canada dispute to the Relations Board. Both parties, the union and the corporation, said they were at an impasse. But it's not too late to get a deal. In fact, the corporation and the union could sit down today and find a path forward together, and that will result in the best deal. I've also heard the allegations of unpaid work. It's unacceptable. Nobody should work for free in this country. In fact, we expect to get paid for the work that we perform. And that's why I've ordered a probe into the allegation of unpaid work in the airline sector. We will start this probe immediately, and if employers are exploiting loopholes in the Canada Labour Code, we'll close them. Nobody should be expected to work for free.
And for more on the airline's position, we're joined live tonight by Mark Narsr, Air Canada's Executive Vice President and Chief Operations Officer. Thanks so much for joining us. I know it's been a very, very busy time for you and your team. We are hearing from the union today defying this back-to-work order. The union's president saying that he'll go to jail over this. Is Air Canada prepared for more job action? Are you prepared for more chaos at the airports tomorrow?
Look, good evening and thanks for the time today. Right now, our priority is doing everything we can to take care of our customers, and our coworkers at the airport are doing everything they can to that end. We need to get the planes back in the sky. We need to get customers moving again. And the way we're going to do that is for CUPE to resend their legal directive against this strike, and we can recommence operations tomorrow afternoon.
Mark, thank you very much for joining us today. Since we spoke yesterday, you told me that there was a big threshold difference between 48 hours and 72. Ultimately, if CUPE rescinded this return to work defiance that is taking place now, how long would it take ultimately to get planes in the air to get those maintenance checks done?
Good evening, Andrew. Unfortunately, we're now at the point where a startup to complete would take between 7 to 10 days. Now, when CUPE changes their position, we can get the airline going in the same hour. But it's going to be a gradual ramp up as we position crews back around the world. We take planes out of their parking. We complete the necessary maintenance.
Why did Air Canada not have contingency plans? Why did you not keep that in mind? And you now have a situation where 500,000 customers are impacted by the strike. We're talking about thousands of people stranded abroad.
I received a lot of feedback after we spoke yesterday, Andrew, and I want to go into a little bit more depth on something. We respect and value all of our flight attendants. We want to deliver industry-leading compensation, and we need to immediately eliminate any unpaid work. Now, to put in perspective, Air Canada compensates its flight attendants about $400 million a year. The offer we have on the table would bring that up to $625 million a year. That's where the 38% increase in compensation comes from. CUPE is the architect of how this money gets distributed to its members. So CUPE has the power right now, using this $225 million a year investment from Air Canada to our flight attendants to solve all the important issues that they've identified on behalf of their membership.
Mark, with that in mind, you said $600 million in change. That's a $200 million increase in operational expenditures to pay for your flight crew, the 10,500 members you have. How much do we know right now how much this is costing Air Canada for every day that you don't have 40,000 customers at Pearson International, 140-odd thousand customers every day flying?
Our top focus is getting our customers moving again and delivering on the products and services that they've come to rely on us for. And that's what we're going to do right now.
Before we move forward, and I do have a question for you, but you didn't really answer my question about a contingency plan. Is it acceptable that Air Canada did not have a backup plan in place in the event of this strike? What do you say to 500,000 customers who are stranded in the middle of peak travel season?
It's completely unacceptable that we have customers stranded all around the world because of CUPE's illegal strike directive that they continue to provide to Air Canada customers. And we do have a robust plan in place that includes proactive communication to our customers, the ability to rebook on over 120 other airlines, including our competitors, full refunds, or the ability to change their travel plans up to a year from now with no change fee. We have the contingencies in place, but unfortunately, to the extent to which this illegal strike action is going to continue, it results in more and more customers being disrupted. The best thing is to end this illegal strike action, get a deal which recognizes the contributions of our flight attendants, and we are completely committed to industry-leading compensation in Canada for our flight attendants and eliminating any unpaid work.
But Mark, with all due respect, how can you say that you have a contingency plan when you have so many people caught in the middle of this? And we're hearing from a number of passengers who say that Air Canada is not finding them alternative flights. Instead, they're just being issued refunds. They can then go online and see that there is alternative travel available to them. First of all, I want you to address that if you can. What's your response to that?
Sure. We are providing our customers with self-service tools to be able to rebook. And of course, our contact centers have an overwhelming amount of volume, and we're deeply apologetic for that. I mean, no company is designed for this magnitude of a disruption from this illegal work action that's been undertaken. We're going to take care of our customers, and we'll make sure that we do the right thing for them.
I understand that no company is prepared for something like this. That being said, Mark, if with thinking this through, would it not have been ultimately cheaper potentially for Air Canada to not have to deal with this disruption and ultimately pay exactly what CUPE wanted?
The deal that was at the table, the deal that is at the table, provides for the leading compensation package for flight attendants in Canada and eliminates all unpaid work. We have to make sure that whatever we offer is sustainable for our company so we can continue to offer competitive services and prices to our customers, as well as, of course, support all of our other coworkers. We have 40,000 people working for Air Canada.
And when it comes to finally tomorrow, we know that flights are grounded till at least 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. If CUPE does the same thing, Mark, where they say we're going to be defying this back to work order, we're going to remain on the picket lines, what is the plan? What is your message to thousands and thousands of customers tonight?
And just on that, just to make sure, Mark, what can Air Canada do about it? I know I asked you yesterday, but what can be done if they're defying a return to work order, legally or otherwise? You've asked them to stop, but what if they don't?
Sure. Well, it's not appropriate for me here right now to comment on what those next steps are, but rest assured that we are taking all necessary actions and working with all stakeholders to ensure that the industrial board's determination is being respected. And we call upon CUPE to stop the chaos that they've imposed on the Canadian travel public, to stop the disruption of our economy, rescind this unlawful strike directive, and let's get Air Canada flight attendants back on board, and let's get our customers moving again.
Okay, Mark Narsr, Air Canada's Executive Vice President and Chief Operations Officer. Thank you for your time. We certainly appreciate it, and hopefully you can join us for another update soon.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Lena and Andrew.